Another day, another solution. Let's talk dirt. You share a property with someone else, and at some point that worked. Maybe as a business partner, a boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe a family member. But now the relationship is broken, and nothing's going to move forward without their approval. You can't sell, you can't refinance, and you can't move forward. So the question becomes, how do you remove a co-owner from title in Texas? And can you do it without their consent? Talking Dirt has answers for you. I'm often asked, how can I remove a co owner off of real property? Here's the problem with that question itself. Texas law doesn't work that way. Ownership is not a permission issue. If someone is on title, they own an interest, period. Whether that interest is 50% or 5%, it doesn't matter. The interest cannot be simply taken away with the stroke of a pen. Not by demand, not by just filing paperwork, and not by frustration. So the real question is not removal. The real question is, how does Texas law end shared ownership when people cannot agree? That is where partition comes in. So, Rick, how does a co owner remove their partner from title? There are only two basic legal paths under Texas law. The first option is easy. One of the co owner agrees and signs the deed over to the other. That is the only voluntary path, and if it were that easy, well, we wouldn't need this video. The other option requires a court order. Under this scenario, one of the owners files a lawsuit for a partition. Partition does not erase ownership, it converts ownership. Shared ownership becomes separate ownership, either through division or through sale and distribution. Those are the options. One is easy and can be done in less than a day, and the other is expensive and will take months, if not years. There are no shortcuts. The focus of this video is obviously the harder and longer path, the partition suit. Under Texas law, a partition is a court supervised process. Its purpose is really narrow. It is to end shared ownership when co owners cannot agree. The court does not pick sides, it does not decide who was right or wrong. It literally separates ownership. That separation happens in only two ways. Either the property is physically divided and distributed amongst the owners, or the property is sold and proceeds are divided. That is what a partition does. Partitions do not look like typical lawsuits. They're structured differently. Courts first decide how ownership will be separated, and then only after that are final distributions carried out. That structure often surprises people, and it is one reason partitions feel confusing. We'll explain those details in later videos. For now, understand this. A partition is a legal mechanism for ending co-ownership, and it is the only method for ending co-ownership if the parties don't agree. Now, I've kept this video general for a reason. Not all partitions are the same. Regular co-ownership differs from heirship property. Physical division differs from a forced sale, and procedure matters. That is why this is a series. In the next videos, we'll explain partition in kind versus partition by sale, regular ownership versus heirship property, and how the partition process actually works. Each video builds on the last. This one sets the starting point. So here's the takeaway for now. You don't unilaterally remove co-owners. You end co-ownership through either a deed or a partition lawsuit. Texas law provides a process to do that, but it's not automatic. If you found this video informative, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And remember, these videos are not legal advice. They're for educational purposes only. They're meant to help you understand the issue before making costly decisions. If you're dealing with co-ownership problem, visit us at www.guerradays.com linked below. And as always, thank you for watching.